Hey guys, welcome back. So I have got my June favorites here for you today, and I've got some great things to share with you. So what I like to do in these videos is quickly mention my overall Friday favorites, and then I've got other things to share with you, like makeup-y favorites, skincare favorites, book favorites, just some good things to chat about. So if you're new here, my name is Leslie. Welcome. I love to do favorites videos, new at the drugstore, reviews, get ready with me's, empties, just a lot of fun stuff here on my channel. So if you're new, I would love it if you hit that subscribe button and stuck around for a while. I'd love to have you here on my channel. So yeah, we're chatting about June favorites, so let's get to it. Okay, so for overall Friday favorites for eyes, I struggled. I mean, honestly, I was trying to narrow down, and if I had to pick just, oh, that's so hard. If I had to pick just one standout, well, technically two, for the month, I would say the Essence Bronze This Way and Coral Me Maybe. These are just such great, affordable little palettes. Oh, hello. They're really great quality. Love them. I love the color story in each of these. I actually prefer to wear these together, but they're really pretty individually as well. But then also, I mean, shout out to the Naked Sin palette, the little one. I love, love, love this palette. The packaging, the color story in here, the quality, it's so good. I love this. Urban Decay did send that to me, which is so amazing. Thank you to them. But then also shout out to the Wet n Wild Stitch Collection Ohana palette. I love this. It's amazing. Wet n Wild did send this to me, and it's beautiful. I love this palette. It's great quality. I love the color story. It's fun. It's cute. And then also the Dose of Colors Golden Hour palette. I mean, I'm just feel like I'm mentioning every single eyeshadow from the month, but it's just really hard to narrow down. But like I said, if I had to pick just one, it's really hard. But I guess I would probably say I'm about to drop them, would be these. They're really good. Standout blush favorite, I would say one of these two, the Pixie On The Glow blush in Fleur. A great, just like really pretty, pinky, glowy kind of a blush. It's a cream blush. It's just really, really good. If you want to see swatches of any of these products, check the original Friday favorites where I mentioned them, because I swatched them in those videos. And then the Maybelline Cheek Heat in Fuchsia Shock, but I've been really liking the Cheek Heats. I think they're super cute, and I don't know, either my preferences have, I think my preferences have changed. I think that's definitely part of it. I like cream products a lot more than I used to. I really did not like cream products years ago, but now I really like them. So I think my preferences have changed, but I love the packaging of this. I love the formula. It's really good. And then standout favorite for lips, I am so impressed with these CoverGirl Clean Fresh Tinted Lip Balms. They are so good. I would say my standout favorite color is You're the Palm. This is such a cute, warm red pomegranate kind of a color. It's great. These are glossy, super comfortable on the lips. I think they're perfect for summertime. They just look effortless, but they're really comfortable and versatile because you can apply them just really lightly and get just a little wash of color, or you can build them up and get some really good pigmentation. You can pair them with a lip liner to make them a little bit more kind of perfected. They're just great, really versatile, very comfortable. They don't have a scent to them either. So a makeup-y favorite, I feel like I'm always mentioning different combinations that I found for the IT Cosmetics CC Cream. This is my go-to. I wear it almost every single day. It's just my go-to. I love it. I love how it applies on the face and just melds into the skin. It looks so beautiful. It takes so little product. It just is really flattering and forgiving on the skin. I love this product so much. I've used it for years and years and years. And I'm always pairing it with different products to kind of give it a little bit more longevity, because that's the only negative I have to say about this. Or, I mean, yeah, I guess it could be a negative or just kind of like factor or characteristic that I notice with this, at least on my skin. I have kind of combination skin, but I get oily in my T-zone and on my nose. Is I like a little bit more longevity. So I'll pair it with a matte foundation, typically, and different things. But I've been pairing it with concealers that have a little bit more coverage to them. And lately I've been really liking the CoverGirl True Blend Undercover Concealer. This one is in Classic Beige. It's kind of a little bit more pinky toned, which I really like. This is a great concealer. It has really good coverage to it. But I just use like a couple of dots, like maybe one on each cheek and then a little bit on my forehead, and just kind of mix it with this. Gives, I mean, this really doesn't need more coverage, but it gives, you know, still some coverage, but then also a little bit more longevity. It's good. So I'm always kind of like experimenting with different things to pair with this, but I still love this by itself. It's awesome. Then I have some skincare favorites. So sometimes I just go onto Amazon and start kind of digging through products and looking at, you know, good reviews and things like that. And I was doing that, and actually I found this a different way, but then I was reading about the reviews. I think I saw somebody talk about this on TikTok. This is so good. But then I went to Amazon and I saw that it had a ton of reviews, really positive reviews. I was reading about the product and it just sounded really good. This is by Juno Skin. This is the Clean 10 Cleansing Balm. And I believe this is a K-Beauty brand. And I believe that this only has 10 ingredients. So it's supposed to be more simple ingredients. And wow, this is such a good cleansing balm. Y'all know that I am a double cleansing gal. I love cleansing balms. I don't know how I ever didn't use them before, because that's just my go-to first step, is getting all my eye makeup off and all my face makeup, and then I follow it with a cleanser. This one is amazing. It has a kind of a light citrusy sort of a smell. Just very light and fresh and like oranges or something. It smells so good. It works so well. Takes off all that eye makeup, doesn't drag on my eyes. As you kind of like, you're supposed to kind of work it in your hands, not using any water yet. Just kind of work it into your hands and then apply it. It just kind of, I don't want to say it doesn't get frothy, but it gets maybe slightly more kind of milky or something. But it just takes off all the makeup so well. My skin feels nice after I use it. Like I said, I do follow it up with a cleanser still, just because that's kind of the way I clean my face. But it's amazing. It is so good. And it's also really affordable. I think it's around $20 normally, but then sometimes it goes on sale. So that's, I mean, I've tried some cleansing balms that have been much more than this. And I'm very impressed with the price point and very impressed with how it works. But a product I did find through just digging through product listings and reviews and all that, I was looking for SPF to wear under makeup that just kind of said it's light, it doesn't mess with your makeup. So that's kind of what I was on the hunt for. And I came across this and I love this. This is the Etude House Sun Prize. It says mild, airy finish, SPF 50 plus. I can't read the rest that's on here, but this is amazing. You can kind of hear it. It's very light. It's not a thick formula. This is what the packaging looks like. But it is just very light. You can see how quickly this rubs into my skin. I mean, there is no trying to make this disappear on the skin. It just blends in so quickly, so nicely. It feels light and yes, very airy. I mean, it says mild, airy finish, totally. Very light feeling on the skin. Works so well under makeup. So that is what I was looking for. And I feel like I found one I love. I really love this. I like how light it is. Because like I said, I have more kind of combo skin, but I'm definitely oily in my T-zone. Really on my forehead for sure. But then I can have some dry patches too on my cheeks and stuff. But this is just a really good texture. I like how it feels on my skin, doesn't feel heavy, doesn't mess up my makeup, just really blends into the skin very well, gives you that SPF protection, but then works great with your makeup. It's so good. Now on to probably my favorite thing to talk about in my monthly favorites, books. Still totally a bookworm, still loving to read, and I definitely have some standout favorites for the month. So first off, I read the sequel to Finlay Donovan is Killing It. I love that book so much. Still one of my favorite books I've read all year. It's so just lighthearted and kind of silly, and it's a cozy mystery, so you're trying to figure out what happened, but it's just kind of lighthearted and fun and funny. It's just so good. So the sequel to it, I think this is a 3-part series. because I know for sure there's going to be a third book. I don't know if there's going to be more after that, but at least there's 3. So this is the second one. This is Finlay Donovan Knocks 'Em Dead. I can't really tell you the synopsis of this because I will give away part of the ending of the first book. So I can't really say much to you about this other than I still really liked it. I would say the first one, definitely a 5-star. I would say this one, maybe like a 4.75. It's really close to the first one. I still like the first one more. It's hard to beat that because it's just so good. But this one, still loved it. I mean, it's quirky, it's cozy mystery. I read it quickly, really easy to read, funny. The storyline kept me intrigued. It's still really good. I love this book. So I have been reading summary books too, like summertime, not summary, like you're giving a summary of something, but like summertime sort of books. And I've read some that I really was not impressed with. I've read some that I liked and was entertained by, and then I read some that I love. So this one I would say is one that I was entertained by. This kind of reminds me of like watching a reality TV show. This one takes place on an island, and they go out to this deserted island basically, and this group of people, and they end up like seeing some other people there, and it's kind of about what happens on this island. And I say it's kind of like watching a reality TV show because these characters aren't necessarily that you're like, I love these characters, but you're really intrigued with like, what are they going to do? What is going to happen? And just the fact that it is on an island feels very summery to me. I love that kind of a storyline. Which is so funny because I really don't like vacationing on the beach. I'm not a beach vacation person, but I like reading about beaches. I don't know, and islands and stuff. And I love the cover on this. It just looks so summery and beautiful. I love that bright yellow with the pinky flowers. It's so pretty. But yeah, so it's not like you're like in love with the characters and what they do, but you want to see what they do. You want to find out what happens in the storyline. That's kind of how I felt reading this book. And then I feel like the kind of book of the summer is this one. I've heard so many people talking about this. So many people have been reading it. This is Every Summer After by Carly Fortune. I really liked this book, but it reminded me so much of Love in Other Words, which I love, love, love this book. I got the new cover. The old cover was the orange one. I love this book so much, I got the new cover. There is some spice in these books, just so you know, but it's not like throughout the book, but it is in there. I always like to say that. I'm trying to think if there's any in the other books. There's a little bit in this, but it's not like, you know, throughout the whole book. But anyway, this one reminded me so much of this one. I still really liked this book, but I like this one better. So it's about both of them are about two people, they meet when they are younger, they become friends, then they kind of fall in love when they are younger or kind of like later teenagers, and then something happens, they don't talk for a number of years, and then they end up seeing each other again, and it's kind of like what happens again. So it's kind of childhood friends to lovers, and then kind of a second chance romance, that kind of a storyline. But I think the fact that they were so close, I kept comparing them. And because I loved this one so much, I liked the writing style a little bit more in this one. I liked just kind of what happened in the storyline a little bit more, but it's just so similar. So I still really liked this one. I gave it 4 stars. But of the two, if you're going to read one or the other, I would go with this one. But it still has that kind of summery vibe because it's like one family in both of those books. One family like lives there permanently, and then one family comes there for vacation. So that's kind of how they meet. And then there's like a love for books in each of them. So funny how close they are. And last up, oh my goodness, I loved this book so much. This is Something Wilder by Christina Lauren. They are an author duo. I've read several of their books. Oh, well, they also wrote Love in Other Words. So I really like their writing style. I find that I just fly through their writing. There is some spice in here. I think there's two scenes, maybe 3, but it's kind of later-ish in the book and it's not throughout the whole thing. Anyway, it is in there just so you know, but it's not filled with spice. But I just love the writing style. This storyline is so cute and it feels so summery to me because it is kind of about like a treasure hunt adventure, which I love that storyline. I find that very entertaining. So it's a treasure hunt storyline, but then also a second chance romance that they were in love before. something happened, they haven't talked for a period of time, and then they end up seeing each other again. It's so good. I loved the characters in this book. I loved how the storyline flowed. There were things that surprised me in the storyline. So it was a mix of adventure and romance, which I love. My two favorite genres to read are thrillers and romance. So if there's an exciting storyline mixed with romance, it's like the best of my favorite reading storylines. So anyway, and I love the what's this called? Cover on it. It's cute. It's a great story. I would say this is one of my standout reads for sure. Okay guys, so those are all my favorites for June. So hope that you really enjoyed this video. Please hit a thumbs up if you did. Let me know down below what you've been loving or maybe not so much loving. Let me know favorite skincare, hair care, makeup, books, fashion, home favorites, whatever. I would love to hear your monthly favorites. Let me know that down below. Ask me any questions that you have. I'm happy to answer those. Please subscribe to my channel if you're not already, and I'll see you in my next video.